This is early March in Maine, and this is the earliest I've ever seen spring come to these parts. So we've had a pretty mild winter, and mild, like, not just warm temperatures, but like we haven't had any big temperature swings. So like our colds haven't been that cold, and our highs have been steadily in the 30s and close to 40 sometimes. This is typically what we would see, like, depending on the year, beginning to middle of April. So we're 3 to 4 weeks ahead of schedule here. You know, I've seen snow here as late as Mother's Day. So it's not impossible that we could get more snowstorms before, you know, summer's here. But right now, looking at the extended forecast, it still looks like we're in this mild weather pattern. I know some places have had some really cold weather. Tahoe just got hammered with feet and feet of snow. But right here in our little spot here in Maine, we've had a very, very mild winter. Anyway, I'm out here in the forest just checking things out and taking a look at, you know, just out for a walk, checking things out. We've had a lot of rain and flooding this winter, and this beaver dam looks like it got washed out because typically this is full of water. This is a bummer. Man, you could come over here and see the ducks and stuff in the summertime. They'd be hanging out in here, and now, this is a bummer. I hope the beavers come back in and build the dam up. All right, check this out. These right here are the trails from little mice voles here in the forest. When the snow starts to melt and you go outside, you're walking around before it's all gone, and you'll find these little odd shaped, looks like little tunnels, pathways through the snow, and that's what they use through the winter to go from their homes to food sources. They burrow through the snow, so they live inside those tunnels, traveling through the snow all winter long. And then if you have ever watched a fox hunting in the wintertime, it is the coolest thing. I used to work for a farm doing sleigh rides in the winter, and we'd take the guests out and go for our sleigh rides through this big, huge hayfield. And there were several foxes that lived in the area, and if the foxes were out, you could watch them from the sleigh, and you see the fox, and they'd be listening. They'd listen through the snow for those mice and voles, rodents running through their paths in the snow, and they'd be sitting there, just standing there waiting, cocking their head a little bit, listening. And all of a sudden they jump straight up and boom, down right into the snow. I mean, like, sometimes they completely disappear into the snow, and they'd go down into the snow and try to catch those mice. It's the coolest thing to watch. So if you ever get a chance to get out in a field or someplace where you can just sit quiet, especially if you know there's some fox around, so learn to track, learn to notice sign, and when you find some and realize that they're in a particular area, go hang out, especially if there's a nice big field that they hang out in. You see their tracks a lot. Go sit on the edge of that field and wait sometime and check it out, because it is a really cool thing to see. Ooh, big hole in the ice here. Yeah, that's it. That's where the dam washed out right there. So many storms, especially back in December. We had a massive flooding event out this way. Tons and tons of rain. It's terrible. Everything was flooded. So it's washed the whole beaver dam out, and the whole creek bed here right down to the clay. Boy, I really hope the beaver come back and build this dam back up. I'm not sure why they moved off, but I know there's some a little farther down the creek here, but it sure would be nice to have them back up in here again. So hopefully that happens. I'd really like to see them come back. So anyway, just wanted to take you guys along, show you what's happening out here. Snow melting, spring coming, a lot earlier than usual, and just some, I don't know, it's just a beautiful morning. We're right in between two big storms. We had rain, heavy rain all last night, and then it was foggy, cleared up this morning. The sun's popping out a little bit, and now it's gonna cloud up this afternoon, and we're getting another inch to an inch and a half of rain tonight. So I don't think this snow is gonna last much longer. It's gonna be like almost 60 degrees out by this afternoon, and then it's gonna rain all night. So I don't expect us to have a whole lot of snow. All right, well, until next time, have fun out there.